I might argue that the Sunshine Coast is a uniquely interesting place where all kinds of uniquely interesting careers can be launched and can take off. And you might say, well, Dom, I need proof of that. You know the saying, the proof is in the pudding. Well, in today's case, it's not so much that the proof is in the pudding, and more that the proof is in the baking.
I'm Jess Procter, and I am the founder of Sweet Emotion Baking in Gibsons, BC.
CBO, the Chief Baking Officer?
I'm the everything.
Yeah.
I'm the janitor, I'm the dough prepper, I'm the market wench, I'm the snack person, I'm the terrible admin.
If you don't know Sweet Emotion Baking or haven't yet had the pleasure of meeting Jess Procter, well, you're in for a treat. Does that suit your personality, or is it a stretch to have to wear 300 hats?
I love all of the hats that are creative based.
Right.
I just don't love the admin. Any paperwork, any emails, receipts, taxes, God no.
The most fun thing about Jess, the Chief Baking Officer of 300 hats, is that at this moment, her career, her entire business is about making cookies. One single thing, cookies. Gourmet cookies, to be clear, but still, cookies. So 2 years in, and it's a Saturday when we're recording this, and today you're baking for pleasure, not baking for work.
I'm excited about this. We're baking for us to eat.
So that's interesting that, like, you still have room to enjoy baking outside of doing it for work.
I love it. And maybe when it's like midnight and I'm 200, 300 cookies deep and I don't want to keep going and I just want to get in bed and read a book, it's not as fun. But like every day I wake up and I'm excited to bake, whether it's for my family or for a job.
The fact that she can run and sustain a business on one single product, well, it's not that it's so surprising, but it's more that it's just such a fun hustle to learn about. I thought I'd check in with Jess because very recently she's expanded to using a commercial kitchen at the Gibsons public market. By doing this, it lets her sell cookies in retail spaces all around the coast. This is something she actually tried to do early on, but had to stop for reasons you'll hear about a little later. So here she is trying to grow her cookie business. But behind that expansion is this big question. How many cookies, really, can this town eat? I mean, what happens if we hit peak cookie? And is there such a thing as a peak cookie? I'm Dominic Girard, and this is Secret Sunshine, the podcast about the folks who make the most of living and baking on the Sunshine Coast. This episode, Cookie Freak. It would be a lot harder for me to make Secret Sunshine if it wasn't for the support of this season's sponsor, Nico Coastal Homes. Nicole Arnett is one of the coast's top realtors and actually also one of Sweet Emotion Baking's most loyal customers. Hear more about that a little later in the episode, but for now, remember, you can find Nico Coastal Homes online at nicolearnett.ca. Just grab a link, it's in the show notes for this episode. Okay, let's bite into this conversation with Jess Procter. Jess is warm and authentic and transparent in everything she says and does, and it really resonates in this episode. Also, it was really fun to make because while we were recording in her kitchen, we were making a very special batch of perfect cookies. Here we go. How many midnight runs have there been in these 2 years of cookie making?
There's been a fair few.
Yeah.
There's a little bit less right now because I'm learning to be more efficient. But those early days, I mean, I started in October 2 and a bit years ago. So that first Christmas when I was only like 2 months in and I had all these Christmas orders and like somebody ordered 400 cookies and I had never made 400 cookies in a day before. And it took me a long time.
So you're a couple months in and someone says, I need 400 cookies? What do you mean? Like, how did that happen?
Somebody, I don't know how she found me. It was like so early days. And she was like, I always do these big Christmas tins for everybody in my family. And I do all these different kinds. I don't want to do it this year. So I want to pay you to do it.
Right.
And she said, I'm very picky. Like, I don't really like anybody else's cookies. And so, yeah, it was very nerve-wracking loading all of those cookies into her car in Tupperwares because she wanted to put them in her own cookie tins. And she emailed me later and said, I love them. You're amazing.
Yeah.
And I posted that review on my Instagram. Because any review I get is going to end up on my Instagram.
But yeah, let's go back a step though. You get an order for 400 cookies and you're still figuring out how you're even going to run this business. So there must have been an interesting mix there of hell yeah versus, oh my God, what am I going to do?
The hell yeah comes first.
Sure.
The oh my God comes when you're halfway through the batches of cookies or you run out of an item. I didn't have my license when I started. So like if I ran out of sugar, I had to walk 20 minutes up the road to the IGA, put the sugar in the bottom of my stroller with my kid.
You didn't have your driver's license.
I didn't have my driver's license until last October.
Okay.
Yeah. It has really revolutionized my business. I don't know if anybody listening knows this, but having your driver's license is really awesome.
Fun fact.
I wish someone had told me. Yeah, fun fact.
So there was a middle point there in that first big order where, well, I don't know, you're covered in egg and flour and the kitchen's a disaster.
Literally covered in flour, children yelling for snacks, watching TV, like doing stuff around me, and me at midnight baking away with my podcast on or my music on and trying to just get through it. But I loved it.
You loved it.
I love it. It's so weird that it took me so long to consider opening up a bakery. Like I've been baking since I was 9 years old.
Yeah.
And I literally Googled, like the week before I started this business, I Googled how to make money at home because I still had a kid at home for like 2 more years. And I thought, I don't want to work weekends anymore. I want to work during the week and do something I can do from home and make a little money. And the list that came up was like BuzzFeed or something. And it said like, donate your sperm, donate your blood, the easy money from home. And I was like, well, I don't think I have any blood to spare.
Right.
I'm going to hold on to that. And then one of them said like, start a bakery from home. And I was like, why have I never thought about baking from home?
You said you've been baking since you were 9?
Yeah.
What made you start baking?
I mean, both my parents worked. We were latchkey kids. So we would come home and have like 2 hours alone in the house before my parents got home. And I just needed something to do, maybe. I also was in like the Christian version of Girl Guides. It was called Calvinettes, based on the teachings of John Calvin, who was like a really conservative Christian.
Wow.
And there was a baking badge. And I remember being like, I'm going to absolutely
crush that badge.
Crush this badge. And I did. I just started baking for everybody, baking for church, baking for my family. My parents would come home and there would just be baking everywhere.
So the baking itch, it's not like it came from your family. It came from you. It was an innately.
My grandmother does bake. She is the reason I have raisin trauma. Because
that's a whole other podcast episode.
Yeah, I have a no raisin policy at Sweet Emotion.
Right.
I won't sneak raisins into anything. I won't bake with raisins.
I think this is why we can get along.
I did make one batch for Adam from the butcher for his birthday.
Okay.
It's what he wanted, yeah.
Yeah. So before we go any further, do you want to walk me through what our mission is today?
Our mission is I've made 2 different kinds of dough, pre-made.
Okay.
Like the old cooking shows where they bring one up from the bottom and say,
right,
we prepared this earlier. Because the sound of mixers and stuff I think will be too distracting.
Sure. Are we making a secret sunshine cookie today?
We're going to try. I've made a really zesty, tangy lemon dough.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's the sunshine.
Sure.
And then I don't know what a secret cookie tastes like, like anything you eat in your cupboard, hiding from your kids or something. But I also made a sugar cookie dough.
Okay.
Because the coast is such a sweet place to live.
Well, there you go. What do we need to get started?
We need gloves.
Yep.
Of course. Got to be food safe. I have if anybody listening is wondering, I do have my certification. Even though we're only baking for fun, we're baking for ourselves.
Yeah, but you're a professional, so you got to be professional, right?
I got to be so professional. I'm not great at being professional. I'm great at being fun, I think.
Welcome to the club.
I know. What's the fun in being professional when you can be weird and zany or whatever?
Should we 3, 2, 1 snap it together?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. It's great.
Okay. So here we have our sugar cookie dough.
Yep.
And here we have our lemon dough.
Yep.
We are going to stuff one into the other.
Okay.
So, what do you think? Sugar cookie inside lemon or lemon inside sugar cookie?
I think we should do both and taste them both.
I love an experiment. Let's do that.
Okay.
So
we're making a little cup.
Making a little cup.
With
shove this inside and then you close it.
All right. What do you get out of making cookies? Like, why does it feel good? Why do you like it
I'm a feeder. I've like
in general?
in general, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm always going to show up with food. I'm always going to feed people. It's the way that I show love for sure.
Okay.
Like I'm forcing food on people that maybe don't even want it. I just think that's like how to have a functional way of showing love that actually gives somebody something, you know?
Yeah. I
Like
think
who
so.
needs a hug? What can you do with that?
I mean, a hug is a hug is a hug.
Yeah, I do like a hug.
Food is an inside hug, is it?
It's a hug for inside your body.
It's a hug for inside.
Just let me in. So weird.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah, maybe throw a little bit more on top because it's got to be kind of similar to this size.
Right.
Otherwise,
Right.
I mean, we're really making it up as we go along.
Why do you think you're a feeder?
I mean, I have a very large family.
How big?
My parents are like 1 of 5 and 1 of 4. So lots of aunts and uncles, like 20 cousins on both sides. I still have 3 of my grandparents, like very young family.
Yeah.
With just people always like very chaotic, like Home Alone type of Christmases with like kids running everywhere. Someone's barfing in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
There's food on every surface. So maybe food for me is like a nostalgia family thing.
Or it's just inherently built in. It's DNA.
Yeah.
It's DNA stuff.
It's DNA stuff.
You said you wanted to work from home. What could I possibly do?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't work for a long time because I had 3 children back to back.
You were busy.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
I was busy. And then I needed to get out of the house so bad. And the cidery opened up the road.
Yeah.
So I worked at Banditry for 3 years. And
That's
it was
right.
like my dream job for that time in my life. Like all weekend, I was outside feeding ducks.
Feeding again.
Yeah. The ducks like followed me around like my cats do now, like my kids do.
Yeah.
Everyone follows me around. Actually, sometimes people stop me in the grocery store and ask if I have cookies on my person.
Really?
Yes. And I'm like, I am grocery shopping.
Like, are you carrying?
With my children. I do not have a cookie in my pocket for just in case.
Maybe you
Although
should.
sometimes I do.
You could sell that at a markup.
Yeah, here's a $20 cookie.
Use a $20 cookie.
I also get messages in the middle of the night, like desperate for a cookie. Yeah.
So like someone at 11 p.m., I would seriously like text you, do you have any cookies?
Yeah. Do you have anything in your freezer? I'll take anything you've got.
What do you think they're up to?
Oh, they are at a certain place in their menstrual cycle.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. I get so many.
They just full on call it out?
I would say 3 times a month, I get a message from a woman in Gibsons who says, I just got my period. I need a cookie right now. Where can I find some?
And
I know the cycle of every woman in this town.
And do you do an emergency menstrual cookie
if
delivery?
I have something, I'm always going to be like, that's why I have a cooler outside. Because I'm not just waiting around for people.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'll pop it in the cooler. You come by. I need a vending machine at the end of my road.
That's a fun idea.
I know. I've thought about it, but we have too much wildlife. The raccoons and bears would
But they don't carry change or tap.
No, they don't. But they can probably get inside of those little raccoon hands. They could get inside of a vending machine pretty easy.
It's a very entertaining idea.
I know it is.
So what excited you most about, yeah, of course I'm going to make, like, was it right away, I'm going to make cookies or I'm going to start baking? Right.
No, I started doing muffins.
Oh.
And loaves.
Exclusively muffins and loaves.
Yeah. My original idea was that I was going to help moms who needed healthy lunch options. So I started, how many should we put in? We should probably put this in. Because the sooner we put them in, the sooner we can eat them.
That's a great point.
Okay. We're going to flip them halfway.
So when you first started, you launched with muffins and loaves.
Yeah. Twice a week, I would do a muffin drop and people would order and I'd make their muffins and I did protein balls for a time.
Huh.
Yeah. I'll try anything.
Yeah.
I do a little hyper-focus moment and then I leave it behind if it doesn't work.
So what made you pivot?
People ask for cookies. And I was like, of course I can make cookies. And then I started making more cookies. After a while, only the cookies were what people wanted. And I was like, can I just do a business with just cookies? Like, is that going to be enough? How many cookies can people in a small town eat?
Were you legitimately asking yourself? Or were you like, yeah.
No, I was legitimately like,
is this a thing I should do?
Yeah.
Huh. What was the anxiety around maybe not or maybe
people getting sick of cookies? Like, remember Cake Pops had their moment.
Sure.
And then fancy cupcakes had their moment.
Yeah.
And now it feels like big fat cookies are a trend. And I thought, well, what if the trend ends?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting on a
empire of
multi-$100 business. of cookies.
Are you 100 air already?
I don't want to brag, but I try to keep my bank balance for the business at $1,000.
Very
So
good.
I'm a thousandaire.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's success right there.
It is success.
Jokes aside, what is success?
I don't know. It's continuing to enjoy what I do. My goal is to make enough money that I can donate more each year. So my first year, I donated $300 to be a Sunshine Coast Pride sponsor.
Yep.
And then last year, I was a $500 sponsor for Sunshine Coast Pride. And I also started like a cool, I don't know what you call it, a campaign where I offer free boxes of cookies for anyone who is recovering from gender-affirming surgery.
I saw
with
that.
gender-affirming care.
Mhm.
I think it's important that people feel nourished and loved in the community. Like when we moved here, it immediately felt like our forever home. Like we love it here. This is our town.
Yep.
How can I contribute? I'm going to markets. I'm meeting everybody. I'm involved in the kids' school. And it just feels like getting to know people is like how to have a positive effect. I don't know. Because sometimes it's like, it's just cookies. But it's what I have to offer.
But it's giving you an opportunity to support the community in ways you couldn't before.
In hindsight, yeah. I don't think I thought that's what I was doing. Like, but way before I started this, like I was showing up with huge boxes of cookies to the school for the teachers because baking is like a stress relief for me. So, but there's only so much your own family can eat. So always just giving it away, feeding people. And then now I'm just asking for some money from it.
Yeah.
Tom was like, our grocery bill is pretty big. Like we're just baking for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be baking to such an extent that the family can't keep up and you have to give them away.
Oh, yeah.
Are we ready, you think?
Do you hate that? Do you hate that sound? I hear it in my nightmares.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah. I hear like phantom oven beeps constantly.
Does it get you out of bed?
No.
Because you know that it's in your head.
I know it's in my head. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
But I can't tolerate the sound of it. Like when Tom's cooking, I'm like, shut that off. It like makes my blood pressure rise because I just hear it every 9 minutes.
That is a massive cookie.
Yeah. It's pretty massive. Now we have to cool them.
Right.
So that's the boring part.
But I want to come back to that question, right? Like
Yeah.
you were talking about, you were like baking gives you comfort, but you were baking so much that nobody could keep up with your amount of baking.
Nobody could keep up.
Was there a lot in your life that you needed to just bake through?
Yes.
What was going on
I
then?
had 3 kids in 3 years.
So it's not that complicated of an answer.
Our kids were severely colicky.
Okay.
Like crying for 16 hours of the day straight, purple-faced, nothing can calm them.
Wow.
So the darkest time of my life was 2020 when we had 3 kids under school age and we were in lockdown and we had a newborn that cried for 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like it was just relentless and it felt like we couldn't go out and our family couldn't come here to help us.
Right.
When I was baking and cooking for the family, Tom had to have the kids and keep them out of my way. So baking and cooking became like the only time of day that I didn't have a child physically on my person.
Right.
Sometimes they were on my back in a little carrier, but most of the time they were not there. So it was like my 1 hour, my 2 hours of the day just for me.
Gave you peace.
Yeah, it did give me peace. And also when my kids were really colicky, the only thing that would shut them up was feeding them. So maybe I'm a feeder because I feel like if someone's eating a cookie, they can't cry at me.
Yeah.
This is like a therapy session, Don.
And maybe that's why the cookies are so big too, because more cookie.
Fill your mouth. Shut it. You can't complain if you have a cookie in your mouth. Unless you really love raisins and you're like, where are the raisins in this cookie?
Or unless you hate raisins, then you can complain.
People have complained about how much they love raisins.
People have complained about how much they love raisins.
Yeah, my anti-raisin stance.
Oh, they have an issue.
Sometimes people love raisins.
There's beef.
Yeah.
There's beef on raisins.
There's gross.
Yeah, that made it worse. Let's take a quick break from the Cookie Chronicles in progress to thank Nico Coastal Homes for sponsoring this podcast. You know, immediately after recording this interview, I grabbed a box of freshly baked, super secret, super custom secret sunshine cookies and brought them straight over to Nico's for a taste test and review. Nico, you know what that pink box is.
Yes, I do. I'm very excited.
And I think it's important that you taste test this because you actually have a history with Jess. You are kind of an official taste tester with Jess's batches.
I mean, she knows I always have my hand up for sure. And I have had the privilege of eating and testing a lot of her baking in her kitchen. And last year for Christmas, she did do 2 custom flavors for me that are proprietary for my holiday season. So it's been great. Yeah, I love working with Jess.
So you've just opened the box right now. What are give me your visual review and your smell review before we bite into this thing.
Okay, I'm seeing white chocolate chips and a beautiful brown buttery crust on the bottom. So I'm loving it so far. It almost has like a little bit of a citrusy vibe.
Maybe that's deliberate.
Uh-huh. We want you chewing on it.
No, I want you chewing on it. Yeah.
Lemony.
Yeah. There's lemon in there.
It's so good. I love it.
Well, here's the interesting thing is you're just eating around the edges of it. But the thing is it is a secret sunshine cookie. So there's a secret in the middle.
What's happening here?
There's a sugar cookie in the middle of the rest of the cookie. Yeah.
The files are inside the computer?
Files are inside the computer.
Oh my God.
It's a cookie inception.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah. These cookies are ridiculous. If you've not had one of Jess's cookies, you can remedy that many places. You can order through her. I'm just going to do a plug now.
Yeah. This episode's sponsor is sponsoring somebody else in this episode. That's great.
100% worth it.
This speaks to you love making gift baskets for people. And the Sweet Emotion cookie often occupies significant real estate in the gift baskets you make.
Seriously. And it's the most fun. And when you drop them off, there's lots of squealing and delighted clapping and awesome photos of kids after they've eaten their cookie having a meltdown that there are not more cookies. And it's a thing.
If you work with Nico, if you buy or sell through Nico at Christmas, you get a box of Sweet Emotion cookies, amongst other things.
That's right. That you can't get anywhere else. So, there's perks for sure.
That's Nico Arnett, expert cookie reviewer, even more experter real estate expert. Find her at nicolearnett.ca, find her at Nico Coastal Homes, find her in a link in the show notes of this episode. And now back to Jess at Sweet Emotion Bakery. When does the idea to start hitting up the market show out in your head?
The market is where the money is at in Gibsons for small businesses, I think, because it costs so much to open a brick and mortar, and I just think it's not an option for most small businesses. And the Seashell Farmers Market is amazing. They only take vendors that don't have a brick and mortar. And honestly, I've never lived anywhere that supports small business like the coast. Like every time there's a new space in Gibsons or Seashell, it feels like the whole community shows up and does a really good job of just encouraging and showing up for that business and seeing what it's all about and then continuing to show up for that business.
Right.
And we've seen it with the cheese shop, the butchers, everybody talks about how small business just is really important to our little community.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah. But the decision for you to, I've got to, or I want to scale, was that a very easy, organic decision?
Yeah. It is easy because I spend a lot of time sequestered in my kitchen alone. I kind of miss the chattiness of having a coworker of some sort or having someone to bounce your ideas off of. And when I pop out to the market, it's the perfect way for me to chat with all my customers, chat with the community, talk to all the other vendors. There's always a really good environment where all the vendors are giving each other tips or talking about their week. And it's really lovely way to be in the small business community and to hear about what everybody's doing.
Well, I remember on your social, one post in particular, I think it was this summer, where you came back home and put all your cookies back into this fridge, or most of them.
That was a sad day.
What happened that day?
I think a lot of my regular customers were on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
It was really hot that day. It was a 30-degree day. And I think people just maybe they were all at the beach and not at the market. But yeah, I came home and I loaded $1,000 worth of cookies back in that fridge. And you know what? I was bummed, but then I posted them on Instagram and I sold everything. People came to my house and pity bought cookies. But it wasn't a pity buy. But yeah, it was good. It was another way that the community has shown up for me. And like, I've seen it time and time again.
It does feel like your story on Instagram speaks to your business in a way that helps you truly make business work. Like there's
I don't know how to be any way that's not like authentically myself. Like I think that is missing now on Instagram a lot with like AI and people just really trying to push out content that's like really polished and pre-scripted and stuff. And I just can't be that way. Like life is cringe. We can't always cut those parts out of who we are. And I think people like to see authenticity. And also, like people always say to keep your personal politics out of your business if you want to have a successful business. And I don't believe in that because I think we live in a time where like everything is political. All of our choices are political. All of our actions have consequences that relate to politics. So I have always unapologetically had my principles and my values on my Instagram. And I think people like that as well. I'm very woke and I support everybody in our community. And I'll wear like my Palestine pin at the market or have the queer flags and stuff up. And everybody really appreciates, I think, that I'm forthright with my principles.
And you're selling cookies. I'm mad.
I'm selling cookies.
Are you where you want to be business-wise right now?
So I've started renting the commercial kitchen at the Gibsons Public Market, which I love. But it's like, I don't know. Do I open a bakery? Do I like get a huge loan and do something crazy and terrifying? Do I just keep plodding along where I am? Like, I don't know.
In the past year, you mean you've had to pivot a few times. So
yeah. Like I was selling retail illegally. I didn't realize that you're not allowed selling home baked goods from retail locations. So I had to stop doing that. And that's kind of what fed me to the market because I had to have a place to sell my cookies.
Because you're allowed there.
Yes. But if you want to sell a product in any retail locations, any stores, it has to be baked in a commercial location.
So you learned that in real time, basically.
I learned that in real time. But of course you're not allowed to sell, like there's no ingredients labels.
In retrospect.
In retrospect, it's, a home baked item that's not being looked at by anyone.
Yeah.
So immediate pivot, applied to the market, got in, and just had to go through all the paperwork with Vancouver Coastal Health to get everything inspected so that I could be in the commercial kitchen.
Well, that's why I wanted to talk to you because you're back at the, like,
yes,
new pivot now, right?
Yep.
We're talking now because you're
finally
back in
finished
retail.
Paperwork, which we know I hate.
Yeah.
Took me literally 6 months to fill out like 10 forms.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd rather bake 6,000 cookies than send one email.
But here we are.
But here we are.
I guess what I'm curious about is by moving into the commissary kitchen, the commercial kitchen at Gibsons Public Market, like the way you're running your baking, the way you're running a business has kind of kicked up a notch a little bit, right? Oh, I'm in like a professional kitchen now. I'm efficient, right?
Yeah, those ovens are amazing.
Good.
There's like 6 racks in each oven.
But I'm wondering if it changes the way you think about yourself as a professional cookie maker, because now you're in a professional kitchen.
Yeah.
Right? That it makes it kind of...
It does impress me. I impress myself.
Does it?
Yeah. When I'm like opening up that kitchen and I turn on the lights and I get all my stuff, I feel legitimate.
Right.
Like I feel like I'm not a home baker who's doing this for fun. It's not a cute little hobby. Like it's a business. It's a small business.
I'm a legitimate businesswoman.
I'm a legitimate businesswoman. Yeah, it's impressive. I never thought I would be a small business owner in a million years.
That's what I'm getting at. Like it's
strange.
That part of this is not a thing you were going after. It just happens as a result of.
I don't know what I thought I would be with my English literature degree, but it wasn't a cookie maker.
You didn't even think you were going to bake for a living.
No.
BuzzFeed told you would bake for a living.
I know. Thanks, BuzzFeed.
So you're sort of falling into it.
Yeah.
Is that a rhythm in your life in general?
Yes. I literally fell into coast life. We were on the ferry going home from viewing this house, and our realtor who had come with us from New West said, "Oh, how many times have you guys been to the coast?" And we were like, "Never."
Yeah.
And he was like, "What?" And you're because we said we want to put in an offer on that house. He said, you guys are crazy. Like, we didn't even drive through Lower Gibsons. We came off the ferry, took the highway to this house, looked at it for 10 minutes under the snow. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to get back to Vancouver before nap time. So we got back on the ferry and we put in an offer on this house.
And then figured it out.
And then we figured it out. And it's really lucky that when we got here, we liked it.
Yeah.
Because, we just U-hauled it over and our family was like, we've never been here. We've never heard of this place. What are you doing?
So the ... and then we'll figure it out. It's a bit of your life philosophy then?
It's not a philosophy, but it's something that has accidentally happened.
It's just...
Like when Tom and I were dating, like we just decided one day, okay, we're going to elope next month. And we just did it. And we didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
But it's like, when you know something, then why not do it right away? Why not just jump in? That is how it felt with Gibsons, with getting married, and with this business. It was like once the little light bulb went off and I was like, oh, I could bake maybe for money? Like, would anybody pay me for this? I jumped in with both feet. Like, I had a website, I had an Instagram, but I really didn't think it was going to work out. Like,
why?
No one's going to pay me because they could just do it themselves for cheaper. But it turns out a lot of people hate baking. So many.
Another fun fact.
I could not imagine a life where somebody hated baking because I love it so much.
So even if it's midnight and you're on batch X of 400 cookies and it's maybe coming together or maybe not, like even in those moments, you're still finding fun in it?
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's nothing fun about not doing the order and having to tell someone the next day they don't have cookies for their baby shower.
Right.
Like, I think the only thing that has stuck with me from my Christian upbringing has been that I truly believe as human beings, our job is to be in service to other people. Like, that's what brings people together. That's what makes us all feel good.
It's a no-brainer for you.
It's a no-brainer. I can't imagine living any other way.
Look, if this conversation has made you crave a sweet emotion cookie, well, here's how you can get a hold of them. You can find them at the Seashell Farmers Market. You can find them at Christmas markets. You can find them in retail locations too, like the Gibsons Butcher or the Seashell Butcher, the Gibsons Cheese Co., and over in Roberts Creek at the Roberts Creek Wellbeing Shop. You can also hop online and find Jess there on Instagram and try to put an order in. She is, of course, swamped with Christmas orders, but if you want something, she will do her absolute best to accommodate you. Speaking of which, right now, as this episode goes to air, if you head to those retail locations, the Butcher, the Cheese Co., the Wellbeing Store in Roberts Creek, you can pick up a special limited edition Secret Sunshine cookie, the one that we baked while making this episode, the one that Nico tasted at Nico Coastal Homes. They're really fun, they're really sweet. Get them now, and then they're gone forever. If you buy one, if you grab one, post it on social and let us know, and we'll spread the love around. That's this episode of Secret Sunshine, produced by me, Dominic Girard, with music by Max Henry. Find out more about the show at secretsunshine.ca. And we've got one last episode for this season coming up in just a few weeks. It's got the story of a man who saved a man before even moving to the coast to become a different kind of man. It's a lot of story. Come back in a few weeks to check that out, and we'll ring in the new year with a new episode of Secret Sunshine. This is good. And there's that lemon. Not too much lemon.
It's not too much lemon. What if you have people listening who have that thing, misophonia? The thing where you can't physically listen to other people chewing.
Actually, that's a really good point because I can't stand that.
Yeah, so you should put a trigger warning on this shit.
Give me put this down for a second.